Welcome to For Real Watchers Radio Show, worldwide live, with the best experts as guests. And with your hosts, Jerry Dean and Brett Warner. Expect bone-chilling and heart-pounding stories of paranormal, ufology, supernatural stories, and breathtaking encounter after encounter. Join us as we dive into the abyss of the unknown. Every Friday night, 8 p.m. Central and 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on the best paranormal network, Paranormal King Network. Dead between your eyes, pulling no punches. We'll see you on the other side. Be prepared for anything. Weak hearts dare not enter. Hey, hello everyone. It's that time of week again, and we are back with another special guest right here on For Real Watchers Radio. You already know we come at you live every Friday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Paranormal King Radio Network. I am your host, Brett.
I'm your other host, Jerry Dean. And damn, Brett, you're getting really good at that. That sounded awesome. I don't know about y'all, but that sounds perfect, but I loved it. A lot of enthusiasm.
We've done it once or twice, so yeah, I think
This is what, our third show, second, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, we got something good tonight, bro. You want to tell everybody who we got?
Yeah, we got a special guest for you, our paranormal investigator coming out of New Jersey. His name is Craig Buffington. Apparently, he's been in the paranormal over 10 years, doing a lot of historic locations, cemeteries. He has his own paranormal group, the Old Ghost Patrol, which we'll get into after a while. But, yeah, sounds like an exciting show. Love hearing these investigations all over the United States. Everyone's got their own thing going on. Man, one week it's Texas, the next it's Ohio, now Jersey. Yep. And with
England a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, with COVID finally coming to an end here slowly. I think it's really going to pick up for us here in the upcoming weeks and months, I hope. So, yeah, everybody listening in and in chat, get ready because we're going to dig up some good hosts for you in the future as this stuff kicks off again. But anyways, Jerry, you want to bring Craig on?
Well, I guess if we have to. Craig, are you out there, brother? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Craig Buffington.
How you doing? I'm here. Good evening, everybody, and happy Memorial Day.
Thanks, Craig.
Happy Memorial Weekend.
Yeah, thanks to all our troops out there. Memorial Day, yeah. What a great country to live in. Hallelujah. But we can get on the radio and do this. But so anyways, Craig, what's going on with you, man? You're out there in New Jersey. Tell our listeners tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do up there? What got you in the paranormal?
Like you said, it all started going back just over 10 years ago, 2008, actually. I don't have any real scary story. You know, a lot of people talk about the haunted house they grew up in and everything like that. Mine's pretty innocent.
No real haunted stories? Really?
I got some with the investigations. I got some, but
okay, everybody. Well, it was nice talking to you tonight. That is all we got today.
Well, that's it, y'all. We're just going to fold it up right now. Hey, remember last week's guest? Hey, last week's guest, we found out they started off. It was a B&E. So it's like, wow, breaking an entry on a house to investigate it. Now, we're not asking you to admit to something like that on radio. Incriminating, self-incriminating. But come on, what's scary to us probably is, what's not scary to us probably scary to other people. So give it your best shot, man. We're here to entertain, enlighten, educate. Me and Brett don't do this just kick dust off our mics every week. We actually try to have entertainment. A little in there somewhere.
So
I got some good stories.
You said you got into about 10 years ago from a paranormal incident you had dealing with the Boy Scouts.
Exactly. We were doing a sleepover at Fort Mifflin in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and we were staying the night. And we were taking the ghost tour and everything, and it was an older lady giving us a tour, and we all smelled the smell of perfume, thinking it was probably her. Later on that night, we asked her about the perfume because she was talking about, paranormal is not just things you see or hear. It could be smells and stuff like that. So the perfume got brought up, and she said she wasn't wearing perfume. So that was, it made us all think, hey, what was it? She goes, well, that was probably Elizabeth, one of the spirits that are supposed to haunt Fort Mifflin. And then the same night, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Fort Mifflin or not, but it's one of the oldest forts in America. It's nicknamed the Fort that saved America. But there's like underground casemates. They're earthworks. They're basically in the ground. And me and another guy walking through the casemate, and we both got this severe chill. About the time we got the chill, I reached up, had my camera, took a picture, and there was this big mist that had blown through us, and that's what gave us the chill. So from then on out, that was it. The paranormal was kind of in my blood.
Did you already believe in it? I mean, before that, obviously, or
Never gave it a thought.
Really? Just
never even thought about it.
Wow.
That's cool. Exactly. And from there on, the four of us that were there that night got together and started the old Ghost Patrol. And we've been doing it ever since. There was only two of us left. The other two kind of retired. But there's still two of us that are headstrong, and we're doing this, and we love it.
Oh, that's cool. So you guys just go out like on the fly? I understand you do historic locations and cemeteries, or are you actually fielding phone calls from people?
Yeah, we've done a couple residential haunts, a couple houses we've been to. I love cemeteries. That's one of my favorites. And, we go in a lot of the historic places, the known haunted locations, and we've got a lot of great evidence and a lot of great experiences from some of those places we went to.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, every guest has their own story. So let me ask you, how do you determine if something's haunted? I mean, if I was just to call you on the fly, I mean, walk all our listeners through what your total. I'm assuming you meet with the residents first, or?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Try to find out what's going on. And we've seen it all. We've had residents that, I think they've watched too many of the shows, and everything that happens on the show happens to them, from the shadows, the banging, the footsteps, the things moving, disappearing, the children's laughter. When you get one house that does all that, it's like something's not right. It's probably somebody just wants to have an experience, and they don't really have something going on.
Okay.
And how did another investigation? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying I'm just fielding a question for you from George. He wants to know, have you done any investigating in Yukon?
No, we're East Coast here, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. I've been to Virginia, Fredericksburg, but that was for work, and I just went over and toured Fredericksburg and the cemetery over there and the battlefield, and had a pretty good experience at Fredericksburg. That was cool.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So go on. So you got in. So you got into the paranormal. You guys started going out on more and more investigations. Usually meet with the residents, find out what's going on. I mean, so like Jerry said earlier, Jerry, you still with us? You're kind of
here.
Okay. Yeah, tell us some of your more memorable hunts out there. You said nothing too scary, but I mean, tell us a few where you know that it was something definitely in there, intelligent or otherwise.
Well, I've had a lot of great experiences. I'm yet to be scared, and I can't wait to be scared. But I've had a lot of memorable. Burlington County Prison in Mount Holly, New Jersey. We took a tour there with another group, and in the beginning they had the tarot card readings, and they just placed them out on the table, and they had them all face down, and they were leaving for the night. And at the end of the night, they're going to come back and reveal it. And it was on the building, basic things that happen on the building and stuff like that. Well, throughout the night, as we're investigating, we started out with a scrying session. I've never done scrying before. I said, I got to try this, so we went ahead and did it. One of the first things we did was with the mirror, and I don't know if you're familiar with it or not, with scrying or anything.
For our audience that may not, can you elaborate, slow down just a little bit, elaborate for our audience or listeners that may not know what scrying is?
Sure. We did water scrying, where basically there's a little tub of water, and you just stare into the water and you wait for something to happen. You just kind of stare at it, and you can put some crystals in there, and hopefully something will appear or try to show itself. Well, nothing happened with the water, but then we moved on to a mirror, and you hold a mirror in front of your face, and you just stare at it, hoping something would happen. And after a few moments, the mirror distorted, and there was an image there that was pretty freaky. I mean, I wasn't scared, but it kind of freaked me out. It was pretty wild. There's other versions of scrying, or you take pictures in water and colored water, and you can do it in smoke. It's basically where an image or a spirit can probably show itself where you might not think it would be. Mm-hmm. So that was the first thing, was the mirror. On the third floor, at the very top of the steps, I felt like I was being pushed down the steps. I felt really lightheaded, dizzy, and I felt like something was pushing me. Not hard, but kind of like giving me little pushes towards the steps, almost trying to get me there to push me down. Well, I held myself. I walked away. and all was good. I didn't feel dizzy or lightheaded no more. That was the second thing. Third thing, we're in one of the cells and we're doing an EVP session and asking questions and stuff like that, trying to get, an EVP to respond or something like that. And being in a jail, well, I had to ask the question. I said, when was the last time you had sex? I had to ask the question.
Alrighty then.
Oh, don't worry. There was no response on the EVP. But the reason why I brought that up,
hard to get.
Exactly. The
Brett,
reason why I brought that up, sorry?
I told Brett, did you hear that? That spirit playing hard to get. That's just uncalled for.
Oh, yeah.
When you ask sexy questions, you should get your answers. What is this? Come on. Those are people too, I guess. I don't know. Go ahead, brother.
Well, all right, man. At the end of the night, when they revealed the cards, there was 3 of those tarot cards, all had to do with the mirror, the stairs, and the sex. So those tarot cards all had a reflection on me. There was some kind of connection going on, which is pretty wild. That was quite a night for me.
Wow, that's interesting. Now, going back to scrying too, I'm not that familiar with it, but that deals with crystal balls and that though, right? For some,
exactly.
Like
exactly.
Trying to get us, what they used to call it, seeing, in crystal balls and surfaces, anything translucent, crystals and that. Okay.
And I think on a lighter note, if we all of us that are above 50 are in that area, we kind of scry every morning, don't we? I look in that mirror praying to God, my hair is going to go back to dark color. It ain't silver no more. My teeth are going to go back or something like that. I'm waiting for change looking in that mirror. It just ain't happening. The wrinkles ain't going nowhere. It just keeps getting worse. So there is change. So those of you that are professional scryers out there like myself, I'm sure there's a lot of us. Hang in there. It may change one day. I don't know what to tell you.
So Craig, a quick question from Jim in chat. He wants to know have you done any seances or used Ouija boards or anything like that during your time of doing this?
No, I have not. I try to stay away from the Ouija. I'm not a professional at it. I've never used it, and that's something that I'll leave to people that know what they're doing, because if you don't know what you're doing, you could make things a heck of a lot worse than what they are to begin with. So
seems kind of funny, Jerry. Isn't that brought up like every show we do?
Isn't it though?
I mean, every show.
And I'm kind of wondering who is the professional Ouija boardist. Is there an actual school you go to become a professional Ouija board?
Well, that's
operator?
Your job. Find us somebody who is
certified.
Yeah, but everybody listening in, stay tuned. We'll try to find somebody. We'll try to get a guest on here in the future who really is into the Ouija board. Throw some light on it, and whether you like it or not. But yeah, it just seems weird. It's like brought up every single show we have.
I know, that's where God was. I'm not just a student of it, I'm the owner too. It's like I don't just practice it, I own it. What's that commercial? I'm the president of it. So I'm in a joking mood.
Craig, you said you'd never been scared before. You're waiting for it. Maybe Ouija board's where it's at, man.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I'd be interested to take part in one, but with somebody that knows what they're doing. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great, Brett. Now we're promoting that.
No, I'm not promoting it. I just
we get a phone call next week, or somebody's on our show. By the way, you remember that guy Craig? Yeah, he was messing with a Ouija board. Yeah, he ain't with us no more. Good job, buddy. Good job. Y'all promoted that one. Oh yeah, I can hear it now. Hey, Craig, don't mess with the Ouija board. All right, we don't want liability.
I'll stay away.
Stay away.
So, anyways, So you said there's 2 people retired, so there's only 2 of you now in the team?
There's 2 left. Yeah, we're looking for others. But not actively looking. If somebody wants to join us, that's fine. And we've gone out with other groups. We have a lot of a good network over here in New Jersey. We go out with them, they come out with us. We all get along and work together real well.
That's cool. And New Jersey, a haunted area? I mean, lots of areas out there other than cemeteries, or?
There's quite a few. I mean, if you remember Paranormal Lockdown with Nick and Katrina a few years ago back, they went to a place called White Hill Mansion, and we were out there, and that place is pretty cool. We had some good experiences there. So my best experience up there happened on the 3rd floor. Sometimes I become a loner when I'm investigating. I like to be by myself a little bit. But there's an area up there, it's called a brothel. Basically, at one time, it's an old house. They've done a lot. Prohibition was there, but there was a brothel area up there. And I felt somebody whizzing by me. I felt the brush of air. I felt the movement. And actually, somebody was playing hide and seek with me. I'd feel them move by. I go to where I think they were. I feel them move by again. And that lasted a good 5-10 minutes. And I almost heard giggling in my head while this is all going on. So somebody was definitely playing with me while I was up there. That was really cool to experience.
And, I have to ask you, and it's kind of funny, somebody else mentioned it in the chat. We have to talk about the Pine Barrens. Have you ever been there? Do you have any?
Oh, heck yeah. I live on the boundary of the Pine Barrens.
Oh, nice. Okay. Anything good out of there? I mean, everybody knows the Pine Barrens and, the hauntings that go on, but anything good to share about that place?
Not really. With the Boy Scouts, we've camped in there all the time, and you hear your bangs and your thumps and your broken branches and everything, but haven't seen anything or hadn't had anything come into the campsite to actually scare us yet. I say yet, 'cause I'm hoping someday it happens.
Yeah. So
of course, I did once, with the mask on and running into the campsite, but just for fun.
Well, I'm sure you're not taking a lot of EVP and paranormal equipment though either out with the Boy Scouts, are you?
Well, I carry a bag wherever I go, but I don't want to scare the boys either.
I understand.
Start them young. Why not? Get them tough.
Well, we've taken it all to Fort Mifflin, and we've been to Fort Mifflin 5 or 6 times, and we've done full investigations with the boys when we were there. So if they want to partake, they partake. If not, they can go to bed.
Yeah, Pine Barrens.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the men that are leading your young men for the future.
That's right. That's right. I want to make sure they do it right.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, the Pine Barrens, man, that's not just for its haunted significance, but man, that's a great area. Good, cool.
It really is.
It's really.
Brett, what comes to my mind? I have to ask this. When you hear Jersey, what comes the first thing that pops in your mind? Besides automobiles, all that.
I'm trying to be nice, but usually the accent. Jersey people, New York.
Jersey, yeah. Well, that I was thinking something outside of paranormal. I was thinking the Jersey Devil.
Well,
have you had any kind of gone out looking out for the Jersey Devil? Have you been out there looking? Have you seen anything? You know anybody who does that?
Yeah, I know somebody that's got quite an interest in it, but they haven't seen anything yet. I don't think it's out there anymore. At one time there was something going on. But I think it pretty much, it's 150 years ago. I don't think it's around anymore, but something was out there.
Yeah, well, the Jersey Devil originally was a prehistoric kind of thing, wasn't it?
No, it all started with the
legendary.
The main legend started with the Leeds family in I can't remember the exact year, mid 1800s or something. And the legend has it the old lady Leeds gave birth to her 13th child, and as it was born, she cursed it.
Oh, the devil of Leeds. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
So that's the main story behind it all.
Huh. Yeah, that's a good story for all those listening in. Look up the Leeds family and the Jersey Devil. That's some haunted stuff, man. But
exactly.
Well, I think for those of you that have been complaining about we don't do but the same thing over and over each week, we just got into cryptozoology for you. So there you go. Dead between your eyes full of no punches.
Yeah. How many
out there? We love you.
How many people have died at Fort Mifflin there, Craig? Another question for you. Any idea?
How many people have died? Well, at one time it was a jail during the Civil War. So they would throw hundreds of people, 100 people into a casemate, which is only meant to hold 20 or 30. So you can imagine how the conditions were. So yeah, quite a few people have died.
Yeah, I can imagine.
A few people have died in those casemates. One of the big ones that died out there was William Howe, who was the history has it wrong on what happened, but he was basically hung in the fort. And and he's supposedly there. In one of our investigations, we think we actually were talking to him through EVPs and had a reaction from him. But it's hard to tell. Was he there?
Yeah.
Was he not? Somebody was, and he responded to calling him William. So
yeah, EVPs are pretty definitive proof. But yeah, you never know who you're really talking to. That's for certain.
Well, Craig, I think we're going to call you out because earlier you said, hey, I've seen this, seen that, seen that. It's the same old, same old. I mean, to you it is. To most people that do this, Brett, me, most people that, have actually been doing this for a while, seen a few things, heard a few things, watched a few things, witnessed a few things, whatever. To us, it's like a norm. Yeah. But I'm going to call you out on this. Let's break down one of those norm situations because you got to realize not all people that listen to this radio show are all paranormal. Some of them are kind of skeptical, like I was in the beginning. Okay. Were. So let's break it down. Maybe one incident, let them know that this stuff's for real.
All right, let me give you one that happened. It's something physical that happened to me. we were at, and we're not allowed to divulge the location because it's a very, if anybody knows the South Jersey area, and I'm actually from South Jersey, so anything you say about Jersey, that's North Jersey. So we're separate. Anyway, there's a very exclusive private golf course pretty much in the heart of South Jersey. If you know anything about golfing, it's one of the top 10 in the country. It's like the top one well, you know, you'll be able to guess it. But anyway, one of our members actually worked there at one time. So we were able to get in there, and we were the only people to ever investigate. We've been there about 4 times. But this one instance, there's a building called the Dormy House, a lot of dorm rooms in there and stuff like that. We were upstairs on the 3rd floor, and a couple of the guys were in one room investigating, doing EVPs and stuff, and me and another guy went to this one room, and I have, it's a yes-no box. It's got a green yes button and a red no button, so you can talk to the spirits and have them respond by either hitting yes or no or red or green, whatever they prefer. And the box is like 2 separate circuits, and it's not connected together, so it's interaction with each other. Well, at this one location, I really started feeling uncomfortable, and the box started going kind of crazy. It was just flashing back and forth, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, back and forth, back and forth. And it's not designed to work that way because it's 2 independent circuits with 2 different batteries and everything. Well, I walked over to where it was, and I started feeling really apprehensive. I felt nervous. Did not feel really that good. But I stood there in that same spot, and my body, I froze. I could not move. I started almost hyperventilating, breathing very erratic. The other guy I was with looked at me. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm trying to nod, yeah. Something's going on. I'm experiencing something. Just leave me alone. I'm going to see where this takes me. Well, he got nervous because I started turning white and started breathing. He yanked me away from there. And as he yanked me away, I unfroze and I started, coming back around, but it still felt really funny. We walked out of the room, came back and told everybody what was going on, came back into the room 5 minutes later. Nobody else was in there, and that yes-no box, one of the battery compartments was disconnected from the box, and the battery was laying out. Nobody else was in there, and it wasn't like that when we left. That was cool.
That was cool.
That
sounds like it. Did it sound to you, Brett, as you said he got petrified and he was just like standing there frozen? And he turned white. I thought you were white to begin with, but you turned a different shade of white. I've never been scared, but yet you used the word petrified. Ladies and gentlemen, we caught him right there. He's been petrified, not scared, y'all. This is a deeper format of scared. This is petrified. Oh my God, we caught you, bro. It's over. Lights out.
Well, it wasn't scared. It wasn't the scared boo type scared. It was the what's happening, what's going on, uncomfortable type feeling.
Yeah, it was the petrified scared.
Yeah.
It's all good, brother.
I couldn't move or do anything. I wasn't scared, though. I just couldn't do nothing. I was frozen. Yeah. Over there,
I was good. I didn't want to move. Leave me alone. I want to stay I want to see where this takes me. I want to stay.
Is there any history? Afterwards, did you do any history at Pine Valley? Or, well, I'm not going to say the name. I'm guessing where you're talking about. But
you were right.
Is there any history associated with that place in the past?
Nothing. Absolutely
really?
Nothing. Now, one of the guys that works there, he was able to talk to some people, and there's apparently a person of American Indian descent, Native American descent, named Sumi, and there was something about she disappeared or something happened to her, but everything's all hush. Nobody talks about anything. We tried to communicate with her. It never got a response, so we don't know. It's very exclusive, so stories really don't get out.
Yeah, it's
so
weird.
We were sworn this we could see. We can't even say where we were.
Yeah, I'm not going to either. I'll respect that. Yeah. But yeah, that's interesting. I must say I've never been to a golf course before, not a haunted one, anyways. Yeah, it'd be cool being on the back nine, shooting 2 in the morning. It's a little different.
I don't know, man. You play speed golf, you've been drinking all day, and you're on that 18th hole. Things start to look a little spooky, especially when you tip a golf cart into the pond.
Well, I'm going to be on a golf cart regardless. Yeah, I guarantee it. But yeah, that's interesting, man. Just for the record, then, you weren't scared, though. You were just petrified, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct. There is a difference.
Uh-huh.
Okay, world out there listening, you now know there's a difference between petrified and scared. So, man, we didn't like you, we wouldn't bust on you. I take it in stride. It's all fun, really. Liar! No, I was kidding. We got ya!
So yeah, that's really cool. That's got to be a new one for me, golf course. But yeah, I guess like they say, any place and everywhere could be haunted or have some kind of residual energy going on, whatever it was. But
Well, see, right there was a good story. Let's get some more in. I mean, I think our audience probably enjoyed that. I did. How about some more there, brother? You got, I know obviously you've got more encounters, so for real, let's get some.
All right, yeah, I'll give you one. It seems like when I'm out there investigating, they like to pick on me a little bit. I was at a place called Playwicki Farm in Trevose, Pennsylvania, just north of the city of Philadelphia. And we were doing an outdoor investigation, and we're in this little field. It's an old town. It goes back to the Native American days. It's been around for a long time, lots of history, lots going on there. And basically, we were kind of almost done, but taking a break from a little bit. We're all just standing around talking. And on my left side, just about the bottom of my rib cage, I felt the most uncomfortable feeling I ever felt in my life. I don't know what it was. I wasn't scared. I'm going to tell you right now, I wasn't scared. Nervous, yeah, because I actually thought something was wrong with me. No, I was just nervous. I thought something was wrong. I thought something physically was wrong with me, so I was nervous. But I felt uncomfortable. I tried walking. I tried sitting. It would not go away. It lasted a good 4 or 5 minutes, and all of a sudden, I felt something move. I can't describe it. It did. It felt like something moved, and as it did, it slowly went away. It was like, I don't know what happened. I don't know if somebody was there telling me how they died. They wanted me to do something. But I'll tell you, this whole time this was in me, paranormal was the furthest thing from my mind. I'm thinking, okay, where's my appendix? Appendix is the other side. I'm thinking, what's going on? That's what I was thinking. But afterwards, it was like, oh, could that have been paranormal? Could there have been somebody trying to tell me something?
So you actually thought it was a health issue at first.
Exactly. That's why I was nervous.
That was your first instinct. So you're like, okay, body parts, what's going on here? So let me ask you this. Where can everybody find you at? You want to give everybody a link or a website or something to that nature? Where can people contact you?
The best place to get a hold of me is the Old Ghost Patrol. It's a Facebook page, and you can search Old Ghost Patrol, and you're going to come up with a couple old movies that happened in the 50s or whatever. But we're there. The Old Ghost Patrol is the best way to find us. All my contact information is in there.
Okay, now the Old Ghost Patrol. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Correct.
Okay, so
where you can look up. Right,
Hello.
Old Ghost Patrol, yes.
Okay, how'd y'all come up with that name?
Well, back to Boy Scouts again. The old guys were called the Old Goat Patrol. So since we just got together through Boy Scouts, we changed the Old Goat Patrol to the Old Ghost Patrol.
Okay.
So it kind of made sense.
So it could be like silver hair soul surfers or something like that. It'd be cooler, man. You might want to try that. Silver hair only apply. I like the name of your group. That's pretty cool. But I guess you got to be old to be in it, or
requirements. So you don't discriminate then. You don't have to
be
old.
We don't discriminate.
Okay, all right, good.
No, exactly. In the past couple of investigations, we had a female come out with us, so she was okay. So it's all good.
Was she old or no? Rather not say.
Well, she probably would rather not. As long as you don't identify her, but she's younger than me.
All right, she was
I'm not a senior citizen yet, so.
You're not. How old are you?
I'm 55.
55. I'll be 55 in June.
50. There we go. See?
Double nickels. How is it?
That's right, double nickel.
How's 55 treating you?
Getting up in the morning is the hardest part.
Well, now I'm asking because I'm petrified. Okay, no, I'm not scared. I'm petrified. 55 is coming quick, and I'm petrified.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, I am not scared, but I am going to be doing my thing in the mirror every day, though.
I told you there's a difference.
So what kind of investigation as far as famous houses or famous mansions, anything like that? I mean, you guys do a lot of, investigating. So have you ever hit like a major scary hot zone, as far as a house, mansions or anything of that nature, graveyards?
I'm sure most of your listeners probably have heard of Penhurst Asylum.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Been there quite a few times. That place is pretty wild. I got that.
Let's hear the pretty wild. You're a frequent flyer. Okay, you get more miles for this. Yep. Tell us what happened. The first time, second, third, whatever.
This was probably I'd probably say my third time there. I was in the Mayflower building, which is It's the main building, it's where the offices are and stuff like that. Up on the third floor, and we were kind of all scattered, and I was by myself. I went into the second bedroom on the right. As soon as I walked in there, I could feel something was going on. There was a chair there in the middle. I sat down. Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you real quick. Now, I'm from Pennsylvania. Are you talking about that one, or are you talking about something in Jersey?
No, it's in Pennsylvania.
Okay, all right. So we're on the same page. Okay, go ahead.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, yeah. So I sat down in the chair, and I had a couple cat balls. And if you never used cat balls before, a cat touches them, they light up, and they're great for paranormal investigations. You can get spirits or energy to touch them, and they'll light up and they move, and they're kind of fun. So I put them on the ground, and I started getting some interaction with them, and then I got a severe headache. I'm telling you, I had a splitting headache. It was real bad, almost bad enough for me to leave, but I stuck it out. And meanwhile, the cat balls are going off, and I'm talking and trying to get them. It was pretty good, the interaction I had back and forth. All of a sudden, my headache went away, and the cat balls stopped having any kind of interaction. It was almost like they got turned off. So something was in there, was playing with me, playing with the cat balls. That was very memorable for me. I enjoyed that. Even though I didn't at the time with the headache, I enjoyed it afterwards. I enjoyed talking about it. That was a fun night.
I've actually never used them. Something kind of similar, but yeah, that's cat balls. All right. How do they work for those who?
It's just it's actually like a little kid's toy or a cat toy. They just, as soon as they get touched or moved, they just light up. It's like flashing lights.
How sensitive are they? Yeah. I mean, like blow on them and they light, or you got to actually move them?
Not that sensitive. I mean, you can, if you really hit hard on the floor and make vibrations, they'll probably go off. But if you touch them, they'll go off. They're not sensitive enough to blow on them to go off. No.
Okay, it's definitely not one of those vibration things though that you put on the floor. And okay, I don't even know what those things are called, geometric something. But yeah, I've seen those in action. Yeah, those things are amazing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
they pretty cool.
You could blow on the floor and those things pick up. But I'm serious. They're sensitive, man.
Okay.
But I have a question for you real quick. I don't know how you would determine this on a call or whatever, but would you take on a potentially demonic case?
I've never experienced a demonic case before, and my opinion is, the word demon is used way, way too often. Mm-hmm. Anybody that thinks there's something going on that's haunted and they think it's a bad energy, all of a sudden it's a demon. So I think it's used way too often, and I would probably take it on, but it's probably not going to be a demon. I just think that it's used way too much, in my opinion. It's not like there's the one ghost show. Go ahead.
In a case scenario where there's been proof at a house that somebody in the house has got some form of possession, or the house may have an attracted spirit or entity to it, and you've talked to the customer or client, excuse me, not customer. We don't sell, we don't charge,
right.
But so their backstory and that there's actually something there. Would that be something that you would still consider going into? I mean, I know a lot of investigators, they say, I'm going to leave that to professionals, in which in all reality, that's a beautiful, real good idea. Right. But there's a lot of them I know that will actually take on something like that and get themselves in the middle of something they pretty much after the fact wish they wouldn't have. But would that be something would tread like
I would not go in there. Exactly. I would not go in there like that myself. I have people that can handle that, and I would take them with me. I'm not going to go someplace to put myself, in over my head and potentially hurt somebody else. No, absolutely not.
Yeah. How about
there's people out there that are better than I am.
Also, another question from Terry wants to know, and you're fairly close up there. Do you think Amityville was a hoax? Do you have any backstory on that, living up that way, or?
Yeah, I've never been there. I've read some stories on it and stuff like that. I think it's a made-for-TV movie. I think there's a lot of exaggeration that happened with that, but I'm not going to say I'm an expert. That's just my opinion again. So something happened, but what happened versus reality versus TV, who knows?
Would you go in there alone and investigate?
Yeah, probably. I mean, nobody said anything about it for the longest time, so whatever's going on there may not be going on anymore. It's been fairly quiet.
Right.
So why not?
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, you figure with all the newspaper clippings and the news, I mean, this guy went in, shot his whole family. It was in the news. It shows him in handcuffs. You can see the old black and white. You can Google it, or you can look up in the archives. That actually happened. Now, what drove him to it? He said the devil. But I mean, we still don't know. Was it the devil, or the guy was just out of his mind, insane? But I mean, you got to be kind of out of your mind, go around blowing your family away at night while they're sleeping. I just don't understand how they didn't wake up. You got one blast goes off, and I'm sorry, I'm a heavy sleeper sometimes and a light sleeper others. But man, if I hear a gunshot, I don't care what part of the house I'm in, I'm waking up. But the whole family, one by one, didn't wake up. To me, that sounds like something posed itself to muffle the sound, or there had to be something supernatural. In my book, if it's true, the way the story's laid out, he went from room to room, boom, 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 boom. Right. How would you not, in a house, and it's not that big of a house, how would you not hear it and wake up? And at least, look, if you're the husband here and you're, or the dad, my instinct would be jump up, go protect my kids, and take out whoever's in there doing harm to my family. But he didn't get a chance. He was laying there still. The kids were laying there. I mean, they were like they didn't even hear it or see it coming. And
is that fact, or was that what? Because that's how it showed it in the movie. We do know that all 6 members of the family were shot, but do we know for a fact they were in bed?
Well, according to the pictures, they actually did the cold case files on this. I've actually done the research on this. It shows actual pictures of it. It's kind of gory. It's actual black and white photos. Shows the hippie guy look a lot like Charles Manson. But I mean, no, it was legit. Shows him in handcuffs. Shows the police with the back in the days with
I mean, it happened. I think it was back in '77. I'm just wondering. Like I said, you can't believe everything in the movie, and I've seen them both. But I'm just wondering if that's how the actual case file was. All 6 family members in bed.
Yeah.
Were shot, but.
And according to the Warrens, who did investigate that house, they did a seance there. That's where she actually, in the movie, seen her husband get killed. That's a fact. But the Warrens did the investigation on Amityville, and they said that when she walked through that house, that she actually seen the visions of this guy doing it. But there was no, what was the pig, Jody? There was none of that. There were flies.
Yeah.
Red room. I don't know about the red room thing under the steps. If it's blood, now that's all Hollywood, I'm pretty sure. I've never seen walls bleed, let alone just flood blood out of nowhere. I'm sorry. But, again, that's like The Conjuring or a lot of movies that are out there. They spruce it up for entertainment value. We know that. But the reality of it is like the Charles Manson, Helter Skelter night. They went in there and did that. That was real. But to me, that's like possessed people. You got to kill your own loved ones or just murder it like
crazy.
What's her name? Tate. What's her name? Tate. Anyway, she was pregnant. And these people, I mean, I don't even talk about what they did. We all know the stories. If you don't, Google it, look it up. You'll see the black and white pictures. You can actually research this and find out. I just don't understand to this day how in the world they could not woke up. I mean, it just don't make sense to me, except for it be demonic. I mean, that's really the truth. And when he went to court, he said the devil told him to do it, made him do it. He was hearing voices and he was going mad and all that. I think it's every serial killer out there says that, but I mean, wow. I mean, you be the judge of it. We're not here to tell you what to think. We're here to just put it on the table. You take away what you want. But man, I still just could not understand that. I just couldn't understand that. Okay, everybody talk at once.
That's kind of weird, but yeah, and I know I'd have to read more about that. I was just curious about that. I mean, apparently, I'm actually reading something right now. All 6 victims were found face down in their beds with no sign of struggles. And the rifle did not have a sound suppressor of any kind. No sedatives. Blah blah blah. So yeah, I don't know. So whether Amityville was a hoax, Terry, I don't know, man. Hard to say. It's just
do your own research, seek it out for yourself. There you go.
But yeah, so what else are you into up there, other than ghost hunting? Anything good? What kind of equipment do you use on investigations? Just the norm, or you kind of a simplistic person, or you bring luggage in?
Well, we started out with very little, and then a little at a time. I got more stuff than I can haul around with me. Everything imaginable. Everything, I had to go out and buy everything. So I have quite an arsenal worth of stuff here. But probably the last investigations, the past year and a half or so, I've been very minimalistic. I got my voice recorder. I got a meter with me, my video camera, and stuff like, and a regular camera, and that's how I've been working lately. And I've had a lot more success, and a lot more results being minimalistic. So I'm using my senses and my body more than focusing on the equipment. And I think that I've been more and more successful doing in that way.
And that's interesting. We've had a lot of guests that go in not with a house, but nothing but a pair of dowsing rods, and others, want to bring in, 4 suitcases. Any spirit boxes, George? Yeah, I just saw your question, George. You use any spirit boxes?
I've used them in the past, but I'm not a big fan of them because I don't know what's actually a radio station or and what's a spirit. I mean, there's some of them are pretty cool. I've had some pretty good answers and things come through, but I'm not a big spirit box person.
Okay.
Overall.
I think
EVPs are my big thing. Cameras, the video, stuff like that. I'm more into that kind of stuff.
I think the equipment's really cool, but I'm a technical guy. Whether or not it works or not, I think everybody out there, test the stuff out, try it, see if you like it or not. I think spirit boxes, maybe they work, maybe they don't. I personally have one. I've used it, and like you, though, sometimes I take it, sometimes I don't. But, I think EVPs, and everybody's got an opinion, I think EVPs to me are the best evidence I've ever gotten. Even above that of a camera. And, of course, your senses, man, those hairs on the back of your neck and, what I'm talking about. But other people are into all the stuff, lasers and motion detectors, so nobody really knows.
When I bought the SLS camera when that first came out, and had some fun with the SLS.
Now that's fun. Yeah. I use that quite a bit, and then after a while the luster wore off because it seems like I don't know. It was like I was always seeing stuff on the SLS.
Exactly, and it's a device made to pick up something to convert it into a stick figure. Now, is it picking up a person, or is it picking up a hall tree or something like that, making it into a person? Who knows?
Yeah, it's exactly. There's not. I mean, we went in some locations, and I'm talking totally dead. No EVPs. We're not even getting a bad figure or a figure of any kind. I was like, this place is dead. Sure enough, that SLS is picking up some stick figure sitting over by their recliner or something. And I was like, I don't know. But still a cool toy.
The very first time I used it, we were doing a residential investigation, and we were in the kid's bedroom, and we were getting a high EMF field. And it's come to find out the high EMF field was caused by the electrical boxes on the back side of the house. That's where all the electric came in and stuff like that. So we told the owners, got to move the kids away from there. Get an electrician out here, move the beds to the opposite side of the room, do something. But while we were investigating, I had the SLS, basically, there's 2 twin beds, and I had the camera facing the center of the 2 beds. And Pete, he's the other investigator that I'm with, he was sitting on the bed, I'm behind the camera, and on the other bed, the stick figure appeared. It appeared right there, and I told him it was there. Pete would reach over with his hand, and you could see the stick figure pull away from him.
Yeah.
He would pull his hand back, the stick figure would come back up again. He'd put his hand out, the stick figure would move. It went back and forth like that for quite a while. So we switched places. I went over there, and the same thing happened. I go near the stick figure, it back away. Finally, I got it to actually come over and give me a high five. It was kind of cool. But as I said, this is the very first time I used the SOS. The battery died, and I lost everything. Learned a lesson.
That's pretty good evidence, too. Nobody's asked this question yet. I'm surprised nobody has asked this, so I might as well ask you. But currently, Hollywood TV, do you watch any paranormal channels at all? And if so, what are your favorites?
I do. I like Ghost Hunters. I like Ghost Nation. I met a couple of the guys from I've actually investigated the new Ghost Hunters, Mustafa and Darryl. I've actually been on a couple of investigations with them. They're really cool guys. But they're the shows I do like to watch. The one with the ghost, I'm not going to say the name, Ghost A. I think they have some of the coolest devices. And I watched the shows for that, the devices they have and the different techniques. That is really good. But one thing we got to remember, they are set for entertainment, and things are done to entertain.
I agree. I agree.
And that's one of the things about the shows. But the guys I've met from the Ghost Hunters, They're really, I'll tell you, they're really forward with everything. They're honest. They're good guys, and they've had some good evidence. And I don't think a lot of that stuff is actually doctored or faked. I mean, from them guys, it's pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Question from Jim. Have you heard anything on the Clinton Road?
No, I've never been up there.
Never?
Yeah, I think I know what he's talking about. I think that's up there near the Roads of Death or something like that. It's up in North Jersey. I've never been up there.
Oh, yeah, I've never heard of it, so, yeah.
I've been up to the Devil's Tree up there in North Jersey, which is kind of cool. Actually, before I was even into the paranormal, I've been into the weird stuff, weird New Jersey and all that kind of stuff all my life. And I was up in the area and I had to stop by to see the Devil's Tree. That was pretty neat. So it's an old hanging tree that basically, if you tried cutting the tree down or damaging the tree, you're going to be met with some kind of bad luck.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't do anything to the tree. I took pictures.
Yeah, we got one. We got one of those down here in McLennan County in Waco, Texas. It's called the Lynching Tree, and it's a place you don't want to be at night. I guarantee anybody goes out there, you definitely get something. A good friend of mine, R.J. Warren from Redneck Ghost Hunters, he's got a TV show coming out. He's actually went out there and did footage, and man, I'll tell you what, JD, why don't you go with us? No, that's all right, buddy. I've been out there before plenty of times. There's some other, old boot stomping ground type cemeteries in these parts. You use certain places you don't want to go by yourself or even with a group at night, because, again, we're here because this is for real. That's why it's for real watchers. We are for really, for real watching these things. Now, we also do ufology, by the way, people. Don't forget we're into that too. But I think it's pretty interesting. I have to ask this, though. The Clinton Road is famous for being just major haunted. But is it a crooked road? Because I thought, something about the Clintons is crooked. But anyway, is it a crooked road like a snake road? Because I think I've been on it. That's the reason I'm asking. And I'm not trying to make this any pun. Brett, would you know that?
I don't know anything about it. I mean, I know most of the folklore around. I know it's a very haunted road in New Jersey. And they had some about it's not, I don't know. I'm not the right one. I know Satanism, Ku Klux Klan, professional killers used to throw bodies out in them woods, but never been there and I don't know.
Okay. Because the reason I was asking is I was with some friends and we were in Jersey. I was back when I was, doing agency bookings and all this. And they were like, hey, let's go, back in the days, ladies and gentlemen, yes, I used to party like a rock star. So pardon me, I was a little hammered. All right. It happens. I was in my 20s. All right. So give me a break. But anyway, we got hammered. Long story short, I remember going down this winding road. And I swear they said it was the Clinton Road. That's why I'm asking, because to this day, I still can't tell you exactly where it was at. But I remember going down this winding road, and I thought I'd just, blowed out of my mind, really, really, we were partying. And this ghostly white, looked like a woman in a gown, something you'd see in the movies, but just came at the truck we were in. We were in an SUV. It cracked the windshield, just flew. It was just floating across the road, and it turned its head, looked at us, and just whoom, right into the truck. Now, I asked them the next morning, okay, I mean, it was a beautiful SUV. My good friend of mine, that he cherished it. It was very, very nice. And I asked him, I said, man, were we out on the road last night? Did something come and hit was a bird? What was it? He said, no, man, we got it on video. That was a woman coming, floating across the street, looked at us and came right at us and hit us right in the windshield.
Wow.
We got pictures, we have videos of this. So I just don't remember what road it was, but it was in New Jersey. Well, anyway, that's why I asked.
Yeah, I've never been there.
There's another road up there. There's another road up there called Shades of Death. That could have been one of the roads. One of those winding roads that goes along the side of a mountain. I mean, that's possible.
Man, as buzzed as I was, I could have been in China. I wouldn't have known. All right, it was scary. I know that much. It was scary. I was scared. I was petrified. Damn it.
Yeah, Shades of Death Road. That's just that name alone. I don't know if I'd want to be on that at night. But
well, it's the actual name. It's not a nickname. It's the actual name of it.
Wow, take the kids out there and the wife for picnics. You know what I mean? There's a road you want to travel.
Yeah, it's a good place to go Boy Scout camping. Oh yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, come on, kids.
That's where we were. It's a Jenny Jump Mountain up there. We were camping on it. We walked down the side of the mountain to this reservoir, and the side of the reservoir was Shades of Death Road. So, yeah, I took the Boy Scouts there.
Yeah, all right, well.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Not because of that. This was back before I was into the paranormal, but it was just one of those things that, hey, how about that?
So you knew the name of the road. You took a bunch of innocent children up there on what was the Death Row? I mean, what was the name of the street again?
Shades of Death.
Shades of Death. Oh my God,
In my defense, I found out the name of the road afterwards.
Oh, I thought you knew their names. Said, "Come on, kids, get in the truck. We're going to go up there and check out the Death Road or whatever." That's what happened to our youth, right there, ladies and gentlemen. Boy Scout leaders like that. All right, they're petrifying our kids.
Hey, I've never lost anybody.
Thank God. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. You don't know what kind of mental impact that had on them.
Yeah, there was nothing at the time.
Scouts is tomorrow's serial. Today's Boy Scouts, tomorrow's serial killers. Oh my God.
Yeah, they're pretty resilient. I'm sure they'd be all right.
Yeah, we're training them up right.
Yeah. So what's on store for you in the future? Just carrying on. Like I said, COVID's starting to break here in the States, and are investigations picking up for you? Can you tell, or not really?
Well, fortunately, most of my investigations haven't really stopped. I mean, my partner did. He is pretty much COVID shy, and I can understand it. That's fine. I'm not going to hold nothing against that. But I've been going out. I've been to Penhurst and Fort Mifflin quite a few times during the whole pandemic, which is okay.
Yeah, I heard
investigations.
Yeah, somebody told me COVID does not affect the dead. So, I mean, it's probably pretty lively out there still, I'm sure.
It's a little different. Fewer people, you're wearing your mask, stuff like that. So it's a little different.
Yeah.
So, but no, we're still out there doing it.
Well, that's cool, man. That's cool. But so again, you said everyone can reach on Facebook, right? Any website or anything like that?
Well, I do have a website, but it's a webs.com website, and it's going away. They're shutting down, so I'm actually getting ready to move everything over to a new website. I just got to find the one I'm going to. But the best place, again, is Facebook, Old Ghost Patrol.
Okay.
Or you can look me up directly on Facebook, Craig Buffington. That's fine, too.
That's cool. So, and just investigations continue on, huh? Anything good planned, or just local cemeteries, historical places, you said?
I love the cemeteries. Like I said, I'll just drive by one and say, this place looks cool. I was up in Connecticut, and I stopped by this really, really old cemetery up there. And, I mean, I'm talking tombstones from the late 1700s, 1800s. It was pretty cool. I was in awe just looking at these old stones, the old redstone graves, and it was very cool. But the big thing I can tell you, I did not feel welcome the whole time I was there. Something wanted me out. Did not like me talking to anybody. I had a K2 meter with me. I carry a little bag, like I said, wherever I go. I have a K2 meter. I have a video recorder, camera, stuff like that, a body cam. And so I always have that with me. I was just wandering around, and something did not want me there. I just had that whole feeling the whole time I'm there. I don't know if it's somebody there protecting the cemetery and didn't like me meddling, but, I was there about 45, 50 minutes, and it's time to go.
That's cool. Now, do you said you take footage and stuff like that. Is all on your Facebook where people can see
some of the best stuff? Yeah, I have some of the best stuff. One of the best things I have, it's not explainable. Our local library in town, the Whitford Township Library, they called us out there. I'm friends with one of the librarians, and lights have gone on and off by themselves. Books have fallen off the bookshelves. They're downstairs. They hear footsteps upstairs. So, of course, we had to go in there and do an investigation. We were in the second floor, and it's kind of like the meeting room there. And it was Pete, myself, and Amanda, who was one of the librarians. We were all sitting around, in a circle kind of. And we had a static cam up on one of the shelves. And it picked up everybody knows what an orb is, and I'm not big into orbs. But it kind of looked that orb appearance, but it was solid. And it stayed within a 1 to 2 foot range. And you could see behind the orb, there was something behind it. And I don't want to call it an orb because I don't think it was. But there was something behind it, a mass that was back behind it. And you could see this thing kind of move in, move out, move up and down. It's totally unexplainable. And it lasted a good minute and a half or so, coming into frame, coming out of frame. And it just stayed there, moved around a little bit.
Huh.
I've shown that to different people, and the orb doesn't even come in the mind. It's not that, but it's got that, I guess, kind of roundish, kind of white look to it. But it's a black and white, infrared. But it's not an orb. Everybody knows what an orb looks like. It's not a big deal. But this is mass. It's got solid. It's something's there. And to me, that's my most compelling piece of evidence. I've showed it. It's on video. I've showed it to people. Actually, Jerry, I think I sent that to you through Facebook Messenger to take a look at it. A small clip of it, but it's pretty cool.
Cool.
That's cool. Orbs. I know they can be tricky at best. Yeah. Definitely not concrete evidence. Yeah. Just one piece of a puzzle, maybe. But yeah, definitely. A lot of people out there see an orb or whatever they think is an orb, and it got to be haunted. Yeah.
Right. I got a couple though that I believe in. I was in Whitehall Mansion in the attic area, and about 20 feet in the attic, behind one of the rafters, there's one sticking out. Now, of course, if it's dust, it's not going to be that big. It's going to be in front of the camera. This is half foot behind a rafter, and it's probably in my picture, a good 1 inch. So you zoom in on the rafter, you're talking 4 or 5 inches wide this thing was.
Huh.
And it's only half of it. The rest is half behind the rafter. I can't explain it. There was nothing there, and that's what popped in. So sometimes there was something. Sometimes there's nothing. Dust, bugs, or anything.
Well, I'll tell you, Craig and Jerry, it's about that time, Jerry. What do you think?
Oh, because it is. Time flies every time.
Couple minutes there. Anybody have any last minute questions? Get them in the chat. But it's been great having you on there, Craig. Wish you luck in the future. Sounds really exciting up there. I didn't know Jersey had that much paranormal going on.
Yeah, we had people die out here too.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I stand corrected. Yeah. But anyways, Jerry, you want to take us out, brother?
All right. Again, Craig, thanks for coming on, buddy. We enjoyed it. Great guest, great stories. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
A 4-inch piece of dust behind like you said, a column or a pillar or whatever. I mean, it don't sound like a piece of dust. I mean, that does sound like an orb. That's pretty interesting. Mm-hmm. So everybody go check him out. He's over there on Facebook, and that would be at Craig Buffington, right, Craig?
Yep, check me out through my name or the Old Ghost Patrol, either one.
Old Ghost Patrol. That'd be the Silver Surfers. Never mind. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap. We're going to call it a Friday night. Once again, we want to thank you on behalf of myself, Brett, my brother from another mother. Thanks for tuning in. We want to thank our guest, Craig. Yeah, can't even get it right. Craig, for coming on. And Craig, God bless you, man. Have a good evening, a great weekend, a great Memorial weekend. Also, all y'all that are out there that serves our country, we thank you for your service. This is an owned and operated veterans network as far as me and Brett's. Brett is a veteran. I'm a veteran. Both of us Army. But we want to say right now, thank you to all you that serve our country, have served our country, and to the ones that have fallen, our brothers and sisters that have fell for this Memorial Weekend. May we all remember them. Freedom isn't free. God bless each and every one. We'll catch you next week, and it'll be 8 o'clock Central, 9 Eastern. This is Jerry Dean.
And I'm Brett. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight, and to piggyback on Jerry, everybody have a great Memorial Day weekend. Craig, thanks a lot for joining us tonight. Very informative, good show. Hopefully we get to talk to you in the future, but this is Brett, and I'm out.
All right. Y'all go check us out. This will be in our archives at our network, which is For Real Encounters Networks. And this archive will be with all of our shows we've done this year. I think we're up to about 20 or something like that. But this right here, this network is our brother Ross Rapso. Rapso is the king. Paranormal King Networks. We thank him for our home that we're on there every Friday, Worldwide Live. We're out of here. Thanks again for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment.